What's up, guys? Doomweek here. Welcome back to another video. As always, before we continue, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video. So today we're going to be getting a little aggressive today. This is a deck list that I found in the Modern Preliminary for 4-0'd one of the recent prelims. I think it was a couple days ago it was posted. And this is not quite 8-whack, but it's, I guess, instead of 8-whack, we call it 8 Burning or 8 Emissary. But let's go over the deck here. So what are we doing? So we are playing 4 copies of Burning-Tree Emissary, 4 copies of Hidden Herbalist. Hidden Herbalist is a sort of functional, the same as Burning-Tree Emissary. And basically all our deck is trying to do is put as many creatures onto the battlefield as quickly as possible. We have 12, we actually have 15 1-drops. I moved the Ragavans over here. I don't know why I did that. We have 15 1-drops. The idea is you play a 1-drop on 1, you play either a Burning Tree or an Herbalist on 2, and you try to play something else along with that, and then the next turn after you can, maybe play another 1-drop in a Bushwhacker and just attack your opponent for roughly 1,000,000 damage. I'll have to do the exact calculations on it. But that is pretty much all we're trying to do here. We got Wild Cattle, Ragavan, Nardum Renegade, which is another Revolt card. If you trigger Revolt, it's 2/3 Death Touch for 1, which is, not insane by 2021 standards, but still a fine creature to play. Attacks for 2, just kind of helps fill up the curve with your aggressive 1-drops, and then Goblin Guide as well. And then the aforementioned Herbalist Burning Tree to help us go a little bit wider. Also, both of those very powerful in combination with Bushwhacker. It's awkward that Herbalist by itself doesn't cast the Bushwhacker, but for example, if you start on Herbalist and then you play Burning Tree Emissary, now you have red-green, which allows you to play the Bushwhacker. We have Galia of the Endless Dance, which is another 2/2 haste creature. You'll notice haste is a very common theme in this deck, because that's what we're trying to have a lot of haste creatures in combination with the Bushwhacker or just Atarka's Command, stuff like that. But 2/2 haste for 2. And whenever you attack with 3 creatures, you get a little bit of card advantage that way. By the way, if you have no cards in your hand, you just get to draw 2 cards on the trigger. So that's kind of cool. And then the aforementioned Bushwhackers, which pair really well with these creatures that replace themselves. Even on turn 3, you can, like, Herbalist. If you have a red source untapped, you can then use maybe a green mana to play a Renegade or a Wild Cattle, and then use the red mana to play the Reckless Bushwhacker with having an extra creature in play, which is kind of cool. And then we have 4 copies of Lightning Bolt, 4 copies of Atarka's Command. Again, a card that you can imagine very powerful when we're trying to go very wide with a bunch of 1-drops. 3 damage and +1/+1 reach my team is, when you have 3 creatures in play, that's 6 damage for 2 mana. You don't get that rate very often. And then 2 copies of Gore Clan Rampager to help us fight through chump blockers. And then we also outsizing versus construct tokens can be pretty important in Tarmogoyf, which is something that comes up a lot. And then we have 1 copy of Savage Swipe. I don't really know what this is doing here. I guess it's just another removal spell that I don't know. I mean, I think I'd feel like maybe you'd be better off playing a Tarfire or like a Burst Lightning or something like that, Wild Slash. But the person 4-0'd with the Savage Swipe, maybe it's part of a sideboard plan because you want 3 Savage Swipe after sideboard, but it's just you had room for an extra card in the main deck, so we just moved it to the main, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to play the list as is. I usually like doing that. This one I'm not sure on. And then the mana base, pretty straightforward. A whole mess of fetch lands to trigger Revolt for Renegade and Herbalist. And then we have some fetches, some shock lands, a couple basics, and then 1 Dryad Arbor, which is actually kind of cool because it really works pretty well. Like if you end of turn fetch the Dryad Arbor, you can then untap and maybe surprise somebody with a Bushwhacker. So you get a little bit of mileage out of it that way. It is, a card that I definitely would consider boarding out in some matchups that are very removal heavy, because you just can't afford to have this as one of your first couple of lands, but it is nice to have access to. And then in the sideboard, we got a couple Thalias for your control matchups and combo matchups, Path to Exile for Murktide Regent, Blossoming Calm for Burn, Shattering Spree for Urza Saga, and all those kinds of decks. Savage Swipe, aforementioned, again here just in creature matchups, where you just want like a really cheap, efficient removal spell. And then 3 copies of Chalice of the Void. As you can see, we are playing 21 drops, so we're not trying to Chalice on 1. This is explicitly coming in against Cascade decks when we want to Chalice on 0. So do not bring in Chalice of the Void. If you play this deck, do not bring in Chalice with the intention of doing it on 1, because you don't want to do that. You have a lot of 1 drops. 1 Dragon's Claw, again, here for burn as well, and then 2 Tormod's Crypt for Living End and Dredge. So, again, pretty straightforward deck list, so we're just going to get right into some games. So, without further ado, I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Alright, everybody, we're back here for round number 1. What do we have here? We got a turn 1 Nikado, and not much else, but if we find something to do off of this Emissary, this hand gets pretty good. Because we can go turn 1 Nikado. As of right now, we don't have anything to do after the Emissary. But if we find a 1-drop or a 2-drop, maybe things can be okay. So I think this hand has some upside. All right, let's go attack. I'm not going to cast the command because I'd rather cast the command next turn when I have 2 emissaries in play. I was talking and I forgot to fetch, but oops. Talking and playing at the same time is not easy, so I missed a point of damage there. I meant to fetch before damage, obviously. So yeah, next turn we can just go... Hopefully we draw like a Goblin Guide, so we can go Goblin Guide, attack, Tarkus Command, that kind of stuff. Looks like they're doing Yawgmoth things. Okay. I think what I'd rather do is just go attack. And then if they block with the wall, I can just Gore Clan Rampage with the wall, post-combat, cast the Ragavan. So let's do it this way. Just they go to 12, and then we can play the Ragavan off of Mountain. I think that's fine. And then the reason I'm playing the Ragavan now is because then I have all of my mana available next turn. If I draw another 1-drop, I can just go like 1-drop plus a Tarkus Command, draw a Goblin Guide or something like that. So that's why I wanted to cast the Ragavan there. See if missing that 1 point of damage comes back to bite us. Alright, what do we got? It's like a messenger? Messenger is totally fine. Yawgmoth? Okay. So, if we attack with everything and cast command, they can kill the Ragavan in response. So they go block here, pay a life, kill the Ragavan. 6, 7, 10. So they would end up at 1. There's that 1 damage. Uh-oh. See if we can make up that 1 point of damage. Alright, attack. I will attack you. Oh, they're doing this first. Okay, well, I don't think they might have messed that one up there. They should have at least went to block first, because I think I would have cast this prior to this happening. But now they're dead, right? Because they block here and take... Or they can block here and still take 8. Yeah, they're still dead. Alright. Cool. Well, we missed a point of damage. Looks like it's not going to end up mattering. Might have ended up mattering, but... Alright, so against Yawgmoth, I want to bring in Tormod's Crypt and... Savage Swipe and Path to Exile are both interesting. I think on the draw I'm going to cut my Ragavans. Really not a fan of Ragavan against Stranglergeist and Young Wolf, so I think that one makes sense to cut. And I think maybe... I kind of want to keep the Rampagers because they can help me get past Walroots and Yawgmoth. So, and I kind of want to keep the bolts for early Noble Hierarchs, or Ignoble Hierarchs. So I think maybe just trim the 3rd Gallia, bring in 2 Savage Swipe. Not bring in Path. I like Savage Swipe better because it's, like, it's way better against the early mana creatures. Whereas you don't really want to Path to Exile a turn 1 Ignoble Hierarch. Sand's a bit mana heavy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ship this. I think we can do better. Get the Dryad Urban opening hand. The funny thing about this hand is we actually get to go Tormod's Crypt into Bushwhacker. I think I'm gonna keep this and put back the Dryad Arbor. I can go turn 1 Nacatl, turn 2 Crypt plus Bushwhacker. Maybe I shouldn't be bringing Tormod's Crypt in this matchup. Alright, let's go play Nacatl. Again, I'm gonna save this for the Bushwhacker potential. Although, if I draw a 1-drop, I think what I'll do is just double 1-drop next turn, and then the turn after go Crypt plus Bushwhacker. Yeah, there's a wolf. And a Geist. Deal. I'm in for that. So I could go Crypt Bushwhacker, attack with both. They trade with Bushwhacker, then I Crypt them to get rid of the wolf. That doesn't sound like the best exchange. So what if I just play the Nacatl and hold on to the Crypt for a turn? It's a little risky if they have a Yawgmoth, but I think I'm down with this. Yeah, they might block, they might not. Okay, block happens. Question is, do I want to play the Crypt or do I want to save it for Bushwhacker? Because I'm certainly playing this. Like, if I don't play the Tormod's Crypt and they have Yawgmoth, it's pretty bad for me, so I think I'm kind of priced into playing it here. As awkward as that sounds, because it makes the Bushwhacker a lot worse. But I think I kind of have to play it here. Because now if they play Yawgmoth and sack the Geist, I can at least Crypt the Geist? Not even sure that's good, though. Take 3. It's fine. Evolution. So this is almost certainly going to get Yawgmoth. Yeah, I think I gotta Crypt them now. So they don't get back the Geist from the Yawgmoth. And now, potentially, if they block with Yawgmoth, maybe I can set up a Rampager. Maybe. Alright. It's not great. That is not great for us. Oh, I guess I should have responded to the evolution and fetched. Yeah. Because now they can kill my 2-2 in response to me getting a red source. Yeah. Yeah, so I should have fetched in response to that. Feel like I am dead. And we'll attack. Maybe they'll block with Yawgmoth. Okay, damage. Could 7 them. Is that even good? Probably not. Alright, I'll just save it. Don't think I am alive, but... Dead to Messenger. Yeah, our draw just kind of didn't come together here. Okay, that's a wall. They have another evolution. Yeah, we're also dead to that because they just get Messenger and kill us. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit better in Game 3. So I could bring back in Regvid on the play. Still not in love with the prospect of doing that. I think I'm just going to run it back. Path is like the only other card I could consider, but... Okay, alright. I can work with this. This hand's pretty aggressive. Go turn 1 Nacatl, turn 2 Probably Goblin Guide plus Bolt if they play a 1-drop. Yeah, this hand plays. This hand definitely plays. With the 5. Alright, Wild Necotl. Once deemed too good for modern play. Used to be banned. No longer banned, but... Ooh, new plan. New plan. Kind of don't love the prospect of double Goblin Guide against a Multi 5, because maybe they're missing land drops, but... It is what it is. Can't not, can't not attack. When you have one mode, you have one mode. I might just bolt this thing. Ooh, do they have Fatal Push? I don't think their deck usually has Fatal Push. Alright. Confirm, do not have Fatal Push. They have a Blood Artist on top. Okay. What's this? Grist, maybe? Alright, so they're dead. Bolt ya. Bolt ya. We have officially gotten them. Alright, they're off it. So that was round number 1 against Yawgmoth. I don't know. Pretty straightforward stuff. We won the games that we run the play, and we won the die roll game 1, right? Yeah, we won the die roll. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, I don't know. Not much to say here. Just doing the bushwhacking thing. So anyways, hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 2. All right, YouTube, round number 2. Let's go. What do we got? Turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Renegade plus Bolt. I think I'm in with this. See, I think people kind of misevaluate I think people like to misevaluate the second Ragavan because it's legendary. The thing is, if this stays in play, your chances of winning are increased so significantly that, like, the second one doesn't matter that much, and having a backup one when they inevitably kill the first one is a lot better, I think. So. So I could Herbalist Renegade, or I could Hardcast plus... Yeah, I'm on Herbalist here, and then I can dash Ragavan next turn. They could be a burn deck, but I think it's important to get double red. In case I need the double Bolt next turn, or like Bolt plus Ragavan. So I think the second red source is pretty important. And burn doesn't usually play Stomping Grounds, so... They're probably more likely an interactive deck than burn. Yeah, okay. Red and 6, maybe? Fetch pass. So I wonder if I can get them to cast the Lightning Bolt in combat, and then I can post-combat just card cast both of these. Because if I dash Ragavan and they kill it, I don't get to play a second spell. And if I go to attacks, what happens if they don't bolt? Well, then they just take 4 and I play a Ragavan, hold up Bolt. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, I think I like this better. They're pretty likely to have a spell here, I think. No, I guess not. Alright, never mind. Maybe that was just a dumb play from me. I guess I could just play the Renegade out. It does have Death Touch. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah, it's probably supposed to just dash Ragavan. It's highest upside. If they don't have a removal spell, I dash Ragavan, attack for 6, post-combat have a treasure, and I actually get Revolt because of the treasure, so... Yeah, that's likely just a bad play. Probably get a little too fancy there. Alright, well, I can beat that card. That one's a little harder to beat. Okay. Well, now they got a chance. Haste creature? 2, 3, 7, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm gonna do this now, I think. I think it's worth doing it now. So the reason I want to do it now is because this puts them to 5, this puts them to 7, and if they have 1 blocker, they block here, go to 6, and then die to double bolt. So I think it was pretty important to do that there. And they didn't play a blocker on turn 2 or turn 3, so it seems like they have Bloodbraid Elf here, and if they hit Bolt, or if they hit a... Yeah, they did hit Bolt. So now they're just not going to attack, which is awkward. Yeah, this is dicey. Kind of think I have to attack here. Oh, they just took it? Okay, why did they run the no attacks, no blocks? Sure, they weren't going to take it there. Maybe they misclicked? Oh, anyways, good game 1. I'm not complaining. Alright, so playing against Ponza. Dahlia does not seem great. Path to Exile. If they're playing Tarmogoyf, Path is okay, but usually Ponza does not play Tarmogoyf. Blossoming Calm seems medium. To be completely honest with you, all these cards kind of suck. I think the Savage Swipe is pretty poor. They have Arbor Elf. To be completely honest, I kind of just don't want to sideboard. Maybe more copies of Savage Swipe? But Savage Swipe is kind of awkward against, like, Clothis and that kind of stuff. I'm just going to run it back. I don't really... Like, none of these cards really excite me that much. Ooh, the old No-Lander. I'll throw this one back. So, this hand looks awkward, because we have 2 Revolt cards with no fetch land. However, we do have Ragavan and potential treasures. So I think I'm going to keep this one and put back the second Ragavan. Alright, they have a Hierarch. Alright, I'm going to play Ragavan. And hope that they, like, play around a second Ragavan. And wait till my turn to kill it. Because sometimes that is the right play, you know? Oh. Well, that's awkward. Actually, no, it's not. Because I have treasures. Yeah, that's whatever. That's totally fine. Because I just get treasures off of the Ragavan. So now we can actually go Temple Garden, Hidden Herbalist, make double green. Now the question is, do I want to cast this command while I have a green mana floating? I think the answer is yes. So just dome them for 3 while I can. I don't know if that's right. But, like, if I'm going to use the treasure that turn to play the Renegade, or to play the Herbalist, I think I want to use the green mana while I can. Because, like, I can't float that green mana into next turn. That card's really good. That card's really good. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Alright, well, let's attack. Because I think they're going to block Ragavan. Then we have a second one. Oh. Well, now we can just play a Rampager. Their deck's probably not that great against a 4/4. Or I can cast Lightning Bolts. Question is, what do I bolt? They did miss a land drop. I kind of want to just kill the Hierarch and just chill. Yeah, what if we just did this? Just kill the Hierarch and pass. And then we have the green mana for next turn to hardcast the Rampager. Or we could even Blood Rush in combat when they block with the Finks, which might just be better. I think I like this. Okay, they get an Arbor Elf. And a Bolt? Sure. Yeah, again, we don't really mind because we have a second Ragavan. Yeah, this is actually going to work out well. Because now we can just dash this Ragavan and then go to attacks and have the Blood Rush up. Yeah, this actually works out pretty well. So I think they're going to block both. Then we're going to Blood Rush the Ragavan. I guess they probably have to keep the elves, so. Alright, so get in here, get some trample damage in, so they go to 5. Utopia Sprawl, which there's no reason to cast. Just pass. Also, the only legal target is their forest, which obviously I don't want a Utopia Sprawl their forest. Alright, Doomwing wins the match. That was a weird game. We got Blood Moon, but Ragavan is the Blood Moon killer, as it were. So 2-0, and see you back here in just a little bit for round number 3. Alright, YouTube, round number 3. Let's keep it rolling, shall we? This hand's pretty good. Turn 1, Renegade or Guide. Turn 2, Gallia. We got a Gore Clan to get through some to get through some blockers, excuse me. Opponent's got a Lurrus, and they're playing Burn. They are playing Burn. You know, it's pretty good against the Goblin Guide. A turn 1, 2, 3. You even get a basic, which is pretty sicko. I will declare a block. I don't know if this matchup is good or not. I feel like, in general, creature-heavy versions of these aggressive decks are pretty favored against Burn. But, because you have more, like, consistent output, consistent damage sources. Hidden Herbalist. Problem is, if I cast that card, I have to shock. I do think it's worth it, though. So let's get Sacred Foundry. Oh, no, I can't. That was really dumb. I thought for some reason this was Burning-Tree and I could cast a red spell off of it. That was really bad. So what I should have done was just played Mountain Gallia. But now this is really awkward. Alright, well now I have to probably play Gallia and trade. Yeah, that was bad. For some reason I thought that I had a green spell to cast off the Herbalist, but obviously that's not the case. So what I should have done was just go basic Mountain Gallia, which is the same play, but I don't shock myself. Yeah, this is awkward. I guess if I draw Burning-Tree, I can fetch a tap Shockland, Herbalist, Burning-Tree, Goblin Guide. Alright, Snap Block. Snap that block off. Probably have an Eidolon, right? No, just passing. I guess it's time to just play Herbalist as Grizzly Bears. Time for some Grizzly Bears. Because I don't want to shock again. Giving them a lance kind of rough. Alright, your turn. I guess things probably would have ended up working out the same, right? Because I would have probably just fetched shock there, because I wanted the double spell. But, like, hypothetically, I could be at +2 life without this Herbalist in play. Which, like, is that even good? Probably not. I don't know. It probably still would have been the same. Because I probably would have been forced to double spell there to have a shot. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to block. If I don't block and they have 2 1-mana spells, I just lose. I probably just can't beat 2 1-mana spells anyways, but... Alright, I go to 4. 4 is not very many life. Okay, well... I would say the odds of us winning this game are practically 0. Skullcrack. Just gonna kill it now. I have to kill it. I have to kill it because of the Skullcrack. Because Skullcrack plus this is lethal. If they have a Boros Charm, we're dead. If they have any 1-mana spell, we're dead. Shard Ball. Alright, you win. You win. Alright, Blossoming Calm coming in. Dahlia coming in. Dragon's Claw coming in. Chalice. No, I think Chalice is too slow. Because, like, ideally you want a Chalice on 1. I don't know, maybe in the play it's good, but the problem with bringing in Chalice against Burn is they have a lot of 2-mana spells, and a lot of their 1-mana spells are actually masked as 3-mana spells, like Rift Bolt and Skewer the Critics, so you'd like... It doesn't actually stop that much. I think Gore Clan Rampage is kind of bad. I think Gallia can probably get trimmed. I'm not in love with Savage Swipe. Actually, maybe Savage Swipe is good. If I cut all the Gallias to be a little mana efficient... Let's try this. I think I like one Savage Swipe. I don't want to draw too many of that card, but it is pretty important to get their creatures off the battlefield. So, I don't mind Savage Swipe. I don't want to draw a ton of copies of it, though. This Dryad Arbor, huh? Rearing its ugly head. Yeah, this hand's not keepable. Okay, so this hand... This hand really wishes this was a Burning-Tree Emissary. I have to keep this. And I'm going to go Sacred Foundry Forest, I think? Yeah, so let's just get basic Forest here. The old basic Forest Wild Nacatl. But I do kind of have to get Sacred Foundry to make this a 3-3. And then hopefully we draw Burning-Tree and we get to go Herbalist Burning-Tree Bushwhacker. Yeah, if we drop Burning-Tree, we'll probably win this game. Or just like anything to cast off of the Herbalist. Yeah, this is the problem with hidden Herbalists. The question is, do I still have to cast it? The thing is, I think I have to fetch this turn anyways to attack with the Nacatl. And if I'm fetching this turn anyways, I think I probably should cast the Herbalist. So, alright, let's just go. Yeah. 3. So they go to 17. They might just kill this with the Rift Bolt, honestly, instead of doming me. Maybe it depends on what their hand is. Yeah, makes sense. Even like a land is not too bad, so we can go Bolt plus Bushwhacker. I don't know why they brought that one in. Because that doesn't actually do what you want it to, right? Am I commanding here? Maybe they brought it in for, like, Helix or something. Am I commanding or playing a 1-2? So if I attack for 2, 15, 14, play a 1-2, next turn it would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, with them at 14, so that's 8, put you to 6, 5, 2... This. So I think I kind of like command, and then if I draw a land, I can just go Renegade plus Bushwhacker. I think I like that better. I think. This is really close, though. I'm not sure. It's also possible I'm supposed to hold up the command in case they have Helix, but they're not just going to main phase the Helix, right? They'll just pass if they have Helix. But this line is a lot better if I draw a fetch land, because then I just get to go Revolt Renegade into Bushwhacker. The classic Revolt deck problem. Draw all of the Revolt cards and no fetch lands. Alright, 2-2. But yeah, this doesn't actually stop, well, the 5 damage part. This doesn't actually stop the quote-unquote free part of it, because I'm still spending mana on my cards, you know? Alright, I'm at 8. At a virtual 7, so I'm dead to Boros Charm plus any 1-mana spell. Dead to 3 1-mana spells. That's a good sign for me. That is a very good sign for me. Alright, I'll take that fetch land right about now. I'll take that fetch land right about now. Alright, attack you. Comical. I guess I can just wait, right? Play this in case they have a Goblin Guide or something. Alright, go. And then if they go to cast a spell, then I can bolt them. Because if they had Helix, they should have done it before damage. Alright, now you're dead. Okay, well, we drew a bunch of 1-mana 1/2s and Grizzly Bears and somehow still managed to win that game, so. Alright, on the draw, does anything change? Still think Thalia's good. Still like Ragavan. I guess I like Swipe less on the draw. Let's bring in one Gallia. And Gallia's not great on the draw either, but like... yeah, Swipe is just kind of eh. Swipe or no swiping in this matchup. On the draw, at least. On the play, I think it's reasonable, but... Okay. This hand looks awesome. This hand gets to go turn 1 Renegade, turn 2 Herbalist, and Dragon's Claw. Sheesh. Yeah, we can go basic. Yeah, this hand's dope. Okay, Goblin Guide is fine. Oh, maybe this is why they brought in the Vortex, huh? That makes more sense, yeah. Alright, 1 mana 2/3. Y'all remember Curd Ape? If y'all remember Curd Ape, please let me know in the comment section below. I miss... shout out to the homie Curd Ape, by the way. Curd Ape is a classic, iconic Magic card. Okay, that's awkward. Question is, can I afford to play the Herbalist? Can I afford to play double Herbalist? So, Foothills for basic Mountain. Herbalist, Dragon's Claw. Puts me at 10. Yeah, but then I can just start attacking, right? I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. I'm playing at least one of the Herbalist. I just don't know if I should play both of them. So if I'm at 10... Honestly, I probably want to attack here. Yeah, I think attacking is good. I guess it's kind of dicey if they have like a Skullcrack or something, but I think I'm just going to cast both of them. It's a little dicey, but, you know. We're at 10, have a Dragon's Claw. I don't know. I feel like this is okay. We can bring the heat a little bit, because we have a better board presence now. I think... Like, here's my issue, right? If I only play one Herbalist and they have a Searing Blaze, it's so bad for me, because then I can't block either of their creatures. So I think playing the second Herbalist sets me up a lot better if they have Searing Blaze, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this. Obviously, it's risky, but... I think it's just so much better if they have Blaze. Alright, so they don't attack. They are attacking. Lightning Bolt on top. Well, now I'm stat blocking. Just don't take damage. Because now I can just bolt the Eidolon, right? Oh. Okay, then. 11 to 9. I mean, what if I just don't cast spells? What happens if I just do nothing? They know about the bolts. They only get to cast 2 more spells. And 2 spells don't kill me, even if it's double Boros Charm. So I think I can just pass. Yeah, I think they might have just locked themselves. Yeah, even double Boros Charm would still put us at 3, because of the Dragon's Claw. So I think they might have just locked themselves. Now they're shocking? Okay. a 4. So this puts them at 1. They're just locked out of casting spells the rest of the game. Right? Unless they Rift Bolt their own Eidolon. Alright, I'm just gonna keep passing. Your turn. Okay. Rift Bolt resolves. And it's not like the bolt is face up, they know about it, so. They are bolting the Renegade. Okay. Renegade down. So you can no longer cast spells the rest of the game. Yeah, I guess 4 is not 1, huh? They're dead, right? I take this, go to 8, play Goblin Guide. Yeah, they're dead. Okay. Yeah, because they can't cast a spell. What a weird game. What a weird game. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Alright, I go to 5. Oh, I didn't fetch for a red source because I'm dumb. For some reason, I thought they were a 2. I should have fetched a red source EOT. Whoops. So they're not dead. Well, no, they are, right? Because they go to 2. Yeah, because they go to 2, and they still can't cast a spell. Okay, that doesn't matter. Because they have to trade, they're a 2. Yeah, this is fine. It doesn't actually matter that I didn't fetch there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because now they block, go to 2. They still have an Eidolon in play. They can't cast a spell. And now they don't attack, and then I untap and kill them with the bolt they know about, so. Alright, so I messed up and didn't fetch there, but I don't think it matters, because I think they were just locked out anyways. I guess I could get Thunderous Raft. No, because we know their top card was Helix. What a strange game. Bolcha. Bolcha. Alright, they're dead. What a weird game. So I could have killed that one turn earlier if I fetched DOT for a tapped red source. I couldn't fetch Shock because that puts me to 2 and then I died of the Eidolon trigger. But anyways, 3-0. That's pretty dope. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 4. YouTube, round 4, we are 3-0. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but apologies, the record feature is down because the bot is currently not working, so kind of awkward. What do we have here? We have, ooh, Goblin Guide into turn 2 Herbalist. Oh, the stupid Herbalist Bushwhacker thing again. I mean, this hand has high upside, so I think I'm going to keep it, but also this Dryad Arbor just rearing its ugly head yet again. Alright, maybe our turn 2 is going to be Dryad Arbor plus Goblin Guide. I think I don't hate that. Alright, so probably blue-white control, but no companion, though. Usually with blue-white, you expect to see Yorion or, what's the other one? Kahira? Oh, are the God accounts back? I didn't know the God accounts were back. I should probably look into that. Alright, so now what? Yeah, now let's just go Goblin Guide, attack for 2, play Dryad Arbor, and then next turn I can go either Ragavan Bushwhacker or Herbalist Bushwhacker. What's this? Chalice for 1. I don't love that. We know they have Verdict in hands. So I can go fetch Herbalist Bushwhacker, attack for 8, put them to 7, and then they Verdict me. And then I have, like, basically nothing left over. That Chalice was a beating. That's my alternative. I guess my alternative... What do you think? Okay, what if we do this? What if we go cast a 1-drop into the Chalice, play Bushwhacker, and then attack for 5, put them to 10, pressure them to Verdict, and then if we draw another fetch land, we can actually go Herbalist Bushwhacker again. Yeah, I think that's better. I think I like that better. So let's go... It doesn't matter which one we cast, because we can't remove the Chalice either way. Yeah, then we just have to draw a fetch land. I think this makes sense. Look, it's not great, but... Alright. Verdict down, still have an island. Fetch land? Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to get this into play. And then if I draw any land, I can just go bin the Cattle, play Bushwhacker, attack for 5, same thing. Not exactly what I'm looking for. This is Solitude. Shark Typhoon for 3. Okay. So we can command them to trade. Alright, so they go to 7. Yeah. The Chalice was such a beating. I think we maybe could have won this game if they didn't have Chalice, but... Chalice 1, Chalice 2. Yeah, we can't beat that. Alright, we are officially locked out. So, Calm no, Path no, Thalia, heck yeah. Probably have to bring in Shattering Spray because of Chalice. And I think that's it. Savage Swipe is heinous. And Rampage is bad. There we go, clean sideboarding. Just like that. It's going to be a nice quick video. And that's what I was expecting when I decided that I wanted to play this deck. If you want some nice quick matches, get extra time to go get some food in between rounds, this is the deck for you. There's this really awesome Mexican place that's right next to the LGS that I go to, and it's really nice to, you know, I've been playing Rhinos at FNM recently. You know, sometimes you get those nice quick matches. We'll get some tacos in between rounds. It's nice, you know. There's something to be said about that. Sand's kind of dicey, because we don't have anything to go with the Bushwhackers, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe London Mulligan. I'm supposed to mulligan the sand, but I don't know. I think it's okay. Maybe like a Burning-Tree Emissary off the top. I guess that's like the only thing that makes this hand good. Alright, well. Look, you know, I didn't say I wasn't lucky. Alright, you're 12. Turn 2, you're 12, no big deal. Sup? They play a Chalice? I hope they cast a Chalice. They play a Chalice, they're probably dead. I guess they could have Solitude. Oh, so best possibles. Alright, well. Time to go get some tacos, I guess. Alright, game 3, let's go. Time to go get some tacos. Yeah, we call this deck Taco Time. So remember when I didn't want to keep that hand, then I drew back-to-back Bushwhackers? Okay, this hand's probably going to get dumpstered by a Chalice, but I'm going to keep it anyways. Because there aren't many hands in my deck that don't get dumpstered by a Chalice, but it's a good draw. If they have Chalice, I think playing Nikatl is highest upside. Maybe this is more higher upside. Also better if they don't have it. Yeah. Problem is I can dash this later on. I'm just going to play Nikatl. I don't know if that's right, but... I think maybe Ragavan is highest upside, but again, it's also something that I can dash later on. So, like, here I think I'm supposed to Thalia. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to Thalia. Makes it so they can't play a Teferi if they have it. And then next turn I can go Ragavan Bushwhacker or Guide Bushwhacker, which is not too bad. Problem is they can still play Chalice if they have it here. Just go land Chalice on one. They can't play Tef, though. Spreading Seas, huh? Okay. That's fine, because I can still dash Ragavan. Or, excuse me, Ragavan Bushwhacker. So let's go Basic Mountain. Let's go cast Ragavan. Surge Bushwhacker. Attack for 8. And then I'm just gonna play the Goblin Guide. Because they can't Wrath me next turn anyways. And this lets me command. So I can get Temple Garden and command. So they can't Verdict me. We have a Tarkus command. Should be good. I think. They can't Cryptic. What do we got? Archmage's Charm. Stealing Ragavan. Okay. Attack you. Trigger. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Alright, so let's go... Put them to 1. Let's get the Temple Garden. 3 damage, +1/+1. So they go to 1. Your turn. And they have a Jace the Mind Sculptor on top. That's probably not going to get them out of this. I can't imagine Jace is good enough. They also can't Verdict unless they have a fetch lands. And they gave us the GG. Seems like we got them. We're about to be 4-0 with Reckless Zoo. Reckless Bushwhacker aggro. Maybe this deck is the truth. Combat. And they gave us the GGs, but it looks like they're not dead. Okay, attack you. Oh, you know what I should have done? There was no reason to fetch there. That was dumb. I should have just held up the fetch, because this is lethal anyways. There's no difference between this being a 2-3 and a 1-2, so I should just play this as a 1-2, because it's still lethal, and then I can hold this up to EOT fetch. Yeah, that was bad. Alright, now maybe GG's? They gave us the GG's last turn, but they actually had a turn, because the Archmage's Charm. I think we got him now, though. But yeah, I messed up. I should have just played the Narnum Renegade, hold up the fetch. Because this was lethal anyways with them at 1, so... I think it was the GG's again. This time it's actually the GG's. Alright, 4-0 with Taco Zoo. I'm officially calling this deck Taco Zoo, so you can go get some tacos in between rounds. Anyways, 4-0. Let's play a trophy match. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 5. Alrighty, YouTube, round number 5. We're 4-0. I know the record feature isn't here. I promise you we're 4-0. Let's play a trophy match, shall we? So... This hand is missing a fetch land to turn on the Nakano and the Herbalist, but the rest of the hand is just Guide into Gallia and Ragavan. So I'm here for it. I think maybe I should lean on Ragavan. It's higher upside, because that also gets me... Yeah, it doesn't give me white mana, I guess. Like, I don't need white mana. I need a Plains for Nakano. I need, you know, Treasure does not turn on Nakano, per se. But it is higher upside to lead on Ragavan. Worse against exactly Prismatic Ending, but... kind of the same against Bolt and all that stuff. Ooh. I feel like this matchup's got to be good, although they are a Chalice deck, so... Okay, very good that we drew an Arid Mesa. So, I think I'm going to play around them having Dismember, because if I play the Goblin Guide pre-combat and they Dismember this, I then can't go Herbalist plus Nakano. So I think I'm just going to attack... I end up missing damage off the Goblin Guide if they don't have Dismember, but I kind of feel like they do. Yeah, okay, I like this better then. I like my play. Because now I can just go Herbalist Goblin Guide, or Herbalist Nakano. Yeah, I like this.
But again, if I play the Goblin Guide pre-combat, then I can't do this post-combat, so... I just get to put a lot more stuff into play if they have a Dismember, which usually they do. I think they play like 3 copies of it, so... Temple Thought-Knot Seer is probably worst-case scenario. I guess Matter Shaper wouldn't be the best for us either, but if they Matter Shaper, we can just go Goblin Guide Gallia. Alright, so this is Chalice, probably. It's not that bad, though, because we have Gallia as a follow-up play. So, like, we can kind of get around that. Can't really play the Herbalist. Let's just go Gallia. Attack for 7. I'd like to use the ability. And they're at 9. Alright, your turn. Their deck does play Fury, which is a little scary, because they get to kill these two, obviously, but they didn't have it last turn. I guess maybe they did, and they didn't want to just 1-for-1, because we had a 3-3 and a 2-2. So they definitely could have had Fury last turn. Just didn't want to cast it. They wanted to at least get 2 creatures out of it, which makes sense. The Stinking Dryad Arbor. So Smasher on defense, it looks like. Alright, Smasher on defense. I would like to draw a Reckless Bushwhacker. Or an Atarka's Command. I think what I'm going to do is pre-combat all of this stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to pre-combat everything. And then I just get to draw cards with the Gallia. I'm just going to shove. I know they get to block the Nikado, but I'm just going to shove. Pre-combat all my stuff. Alright, so I attack, draw 2 cards. They block here, go to 5. Yeah, this should be good. Even if they have Fury, it's probably not good enough, right? Because they can Fury 2 things. Block here. Yeah, we still just have lethal through a Fury, which is pretty sick. And we have this. We have lethal through a Fury without this, so. Doomeg wins. Cool. Game number 2. What do we got? Alright, playing against Mono Red Eldrazi. Path to Exile is pretty good against Smasher and Thought-Knot Seer. Their creatures are pretty large, so I don't really want Savage Swipe. I want Spree for Chalice of the Void. And I think that's it. And I'm going to cut... I'd like Rampager to get through their big blockers. Maybe like trim a Gallia. Maybe just trim 2 Gallias? Is there a world where I cut a Bolt because of Chalice? No, I don't think so. Well, maybe. Maybe cut a Narnum Renegade because of Bolt? Or because of Chalice? Yeah, I think shaving one of the 1-drops is okay against Chalice. I guess that one is one of my better 1-drops against, what you call it, Theory. I mean, I didn't come here to not keep this hand on the draw. You know? Like, come on. I didn't come here to not keep this hand. I'm keeping on the draw. You can't stop me. You got 2 shots at a land. Okay. That's not a land. I think I'm gonna bolt this. Alright. I did keep a greedy hand. But... I probably should have mulliganed. I'm willing to believe that I should have mulliganed. But you know what? You don't get the Burning-Tree Herbalist Bushwhacker hand that often, so... You gotta keep it while you can. Alright, let's go Stomping Ground. Bolt your Ragavan. Alright, we need a fetch land. Well, any land I'll accept. Prefer a fetch land for the Herbalist, but... Alright, so here's Chalice. That's totally fine if we draw a fetch land. Fetch land. Alright, well, probably lose. Look, sometimes you keep a 1-lander on the draw, and you don't get there. It's fine, but there's always game 3 on the play. You know, it's one of those things where, like, you're up a game... I don't know. It's a Blood Moon? Bone Crusher Giants. Alright, land. Alright, go. Turns out, this hand did not work out. I'm willing to believe that this hand was, in fact, a mulligan. Are they going to Chalice on 2? They Chalice on 2, I'm out of here. This is Thought-Knot's here. Matter Reshaper. Okay. Land. Okay. Not a land. One of these days, I'll learn to stop keeping one land hands. It's a good lesson, you know? As good as your hand looks, it's not good enough. Assume they're going to cast Reality Smasher and I'm going to concede. Yeah, alright, you win. Game 3, let's go. No changes, submit. Taco time. Maybe the Renegade on the play? I just don't know what I want to cut. Yeah, I'll cut a Bolt. Lightning Bolt doesn't really kill any of their cards, so. As a matter of fact, I was going to cut a second Bolt for another Gallia, but it's probably fine. Well, this hand gets to put 2 1-drops into play before they Chalice, so I think it's fine. I think I'm going to lead on Forest Nicodle. I feel like I've seen this deck play Spikefield Hazard before. No, they don't have Spikefield Hazard. They can't really afford to play Spikefield Hazard. They need all their lands to come into play untapped. I don't think they can. I guess they could have Gut Shot. Let's go this. Secret Foundry. Goblin Guide. Bivia. They have Rambunamp Ruins on top. Alright, so now they play Chalice, which is fine. Because then we just start browning them with Rampagers. Like, if they play Chalice, I'm just going to discard a Rampager and dome them. Put you to 6. Actually, no, if they play Chalice, I'll probably just cast this, right? We're going to cast Bone Crusher Giant? Or Stomp, excuse me. Sure. Yeah, I think it's probably better to Bushwhacker. Hopefully we just draw a 1-drop. We can go 1-drop Bushwhacker. Okay, that's really annoying. Because now we don't have any creatures. 1-drop? Yeah. I'm just going to cast the Bushwhacker, I think. Feels bad, but... So they have 4 cards. This puts them to 12. Can maybe start hardcasting the Rampagers, but... So they're at 12. I guess I could double Blood Rush next turn. They have a Thought-Knot here. Okay, well, that's not that bad. Because we do have 2 of these. So if they block, we can just discard 1, discard the other one. There's one choice. There's only one choice about it. Just take it. Alright, what do I want to draw? Hidden Herbalists. Alright, so attack you, crack fetch, play Herbalist, play Rampager. They're obviously not going to block. I think casting this is better than just doming them. Yeah. It's kind of annoying I have to shock here, but... let's get Stomping Ground. Alright, double green. Cast this thing. Hellbent, your turn. So they have 3 cards. What do they have? Looks like a Reality Smasher. Alright, Smasher on defense. It's kind of annoying. Hopefully we draw Tarka's Command. We don't really have any good draws here. Yeah, that one's not going to do it. I'm just going to cast it, I think. Well, it's probably better to save it in case I draw Bushwhacker. Alright, fine. Can't really attack into the Smasher, so your turn. Not looking great. And I thought our draw was pretty good, but they had, you know, turn 2, Bone Crusher and Fury. Kind of tough. Like, they just killed all of our stuff on turn 2, and, you know. Here we are. Yeah, we could theoretically win this game if we, like, maybe they make a greedy attack and we find a Bushwhacker. I don't know. Probably not, but... Three. They have another Fury. Looks like they have another Fury. Alright, cool. Well, I'm probably going to take one draw step and then probably be out of here. One draw step and then taco time. Alright, it's dead. I mean, they are at 6, I guess. Draw like back-to-back burn spells. Take this. Yeah, we could draw back-to-back burn spells. Punish for not playing the Renegade last turn, but... So they are at 6 with 2 blockers. So they block the 2 3-power creatures and take 4. And go to 2. I wonder if it's worth saving both of these. And then I could just go Chump Block Fury, Chump Block Thought-Knot Seer. Just save all of this stuff, and then if I draw 1-drop, I can go 1-drop Renegade Bushwhacker. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass. I guess by doing it this way, I die if they have a removal spell. But if I mean, I'm going to lose if they have a removal spell anyways, right? Because their removal spell breaks up the double 1-drop Bushwhacker line. So even if I don't think that matters. Eldrazi Obligator. Alright, you win. We have been defeated. It's alright, we got a 4-1. I'm not unhappy with that. This deck's dope. I mean, we kind of just crushed everybody we played up until that last round, and I think that match was still pretty close. Didn't draw our sideboard cards, didn't draw a path or anything like that. But yeah, this deck was pretty dope. I can see why the person 4'd the prelim with it. It was very powerful, very aggressive if you enjoy these types of, you know, very creature-dense, creature-focused aggressive strategies. Pretty good deck. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.